Candid Conversations, where this month's show is Spring into Wellness. We are officially in the season of spring, and it is time for us to put our wellness as a top priority in our lives, even next to spirituality, and let them go hand in hand. Why is that so important? Because our temple, our bodies are so important in order for us to be effective in this thing that we call life. And today we're going to talk about what wellness is, how we can really institute greater levels of wellness in our lives, and really maximize who we are and what we've been called to do, because we are in the state of having good wellness. So first of all, I want to talk about what wellness is. Wellness is simply the state of a good mental and physical emotional health. And if you did not know, 1 in 4 women are dissatisfied with their state of well-being. And then a staggering report of 81% of women don't get a good night's sleep because of their state of well-being. And with those staggering results and statistics, it is really time for us to pay close attention to what is happening on the inside of us so that we can be well within. Are you ready for that? Well, I want you to take a quick look at this video that's going to give us 5 ways that we can really amp up our well-being. Let's take a look.
5 ways to well-being. Life can be unpredictable, full of ups and downs, and challenges that may be beyond our control. While we can't take the stress and challenges out of life, we can learn to manage them by improving our mental well-being. You can do this by taking notice of the little things around you, whether you're walking in a park, eating, or talking to friends. Learn to be in the moment instead of thinking about the past or the future. Connect with people around you, whether it is with family, friends, or neighbors, as this will create a sense of belonging to the wider world. Be active. Exercise releases endorphins and will make you feel good, so go for a walk, run, or swim. Smile and give your time to others. Helping others can be rewarding. And finally, keep learning. Be curious and be open to new experiences and opportunities that come your way. These small changes will help improve your well-being.
Wow, look at that. Very short, sweet, simple, and to the point. What is that? The 5 steps to our well-being are simple things that we can incorporate in our everyday lives starting right now. The first one is being present. Being present is one of the most, I would say, things that we do not incorporate inside of our lives. Most people are generally overly consumed about what has happened, even though they can't change the past. They are so full and so consumed of what went on yesterday or yesteryear that they can't focus on the right here and the right now. And then you have the other group of people who are full of anxiety about what the future holds. But if you can really take a minute to just hone in and enjoy the greatest gift that you can have, and that's the present. The present is all you have, the right here and the right now. The second one is connection. We were created to connect with one another. And I know we have a lot going on with the times and the changing that we're seeing in our global climate, if you will, but the power of connection is so important. Even if it's ways like this, if you have to speak to people virtually, it's so important to stay connected. And then the next one is be active. Come on, you got to get out and move. Come on, you got to get out and be active. Work. You got to, that helps bring up your adrenaline and helps you just really have a state of happiness, have a good mental mood, and really be able to fulfill whatever challenges or tasks or assignments you have day by day. And then next is being generous. Being generous and helping others actually helps you to become more peaceful, more calm, more at ease, to understand the power of making a difference and an impact. And last but not least, this is so important. And I'm sure that you've heard of the saying that you're supposed to learn something new every day. Well, ask yourself the question, when's the last time that you learned something new? And do you make it a point to do that every single day? And if you don't, I want to challenge you to do so. Learn something new every day. Why? Because it'll allow you to see the value of life. And when you think, what else does life have to give? I'm telling you, there are worlds of information that we don't know. So if we make it our business to learn just one new thing a day at minimum, you'll be surprised of what that will do to allow you to have good mental, physical, and emotional health. Well, with that being said, and with those statistics being put out there, number one, I want to challenge you to work on your well-being, not just in this season of spring, but for your lifetime. You have to understand you are only as good as your body is. You're only as good as your psyche is. You are only as good as your emotional and mental well-being is. Because if you're not well, it won't be well. There's a saying that says, "It is well with my soul." And see, a lot of people think that wellness means according to circumstances or situations. It is not an emotional thing in the sense of if you feel happy, if you feel sad, you can be well even in the midst of things happening around you that may not be favorable, that you may not even like. You can still practice wellness and live a whole life. Are you ready for that? Well, we're going to get ready to introduce our guest and go into our interview segment to hear a story of how Paula Martin was able to shift inside of her life and go inside of the journey of wellness. And we're going to see how that has made a difference and an impact inside of her life like never before. Come on and let's join in as we go into our interview. So I'm just so excited to welcome our guest on today, Paula Martin, who's been on a wealth journey, and she's going to tell us all about it. And she's going to tell us what her journey in life was without wellness and the importance that she has seen by putting wellness as priority in her life. So help me welcome Paula Martin.
Amen. Thank you.
So Paula, as we're saying, this is the season to spring into wellness. It's not all about the season. It really is all about incorporating it as a lifestyle. We're just using the season of spring to literally allow people to understand that they need to jumpstart the area of wellness in their lives, because according to how well you are will determine how well you will do in life. That is so important, because a lot of times people think that if I just have this going, if I have good success, even if I pray, if I do this, then everything will be all right. But you have to take care of your body, your temple. You got to put investment and interest inside of your wellness. And so with that being said, can you just tell us all how you came to the heart change or the mindset change or the desire to actually want to prioritize your wellness?
Well, thank you for the welcome. And I must say, what you just said a while ago is so true. You know, we have so many things going on and we look at so many different things, but all that you said, plus there was a lack of confidence and self-doubt that I had within myself. And therefore, I decided that with the teaching and that I got from my ministry, I recognized that these were the things that were holding me back, because I wanted to do so many things at one time. And therefore, in doing that, I was pushed, like, it said, you're rocking, you're doing your rocking chair and you're getting nowhere.
Yeah.
So
rocking chair
I decided that, I need to put it in perspective. Yeah. So what I did was I used this WIN acronym, which is what is important now. So that's good. How I broke it down. Whatever was important now, that's what I did. So I was not stopped by anything else. Whatever is in front of me, whatever I had in mind that I needed to go forth and do, that's what I did. So it became my priority. So I didn't allow anything to come in front of that priority. I took care of one thing at a time and made sure that I did it correctly.
Well, speaking of that, because that's good that you said that, because a lot of times people don't understand the most greatest gift that you have is the present. All you have is the right here and the right now. And what you do with that will determine what your later will look like. So with that determination and that desire being put into place with the WIN, I like that WIN acronym, what's important now. You guys need to remember that and make that one of your life's mantra, that you got to come to the understanding and determination of putting into play what is important now. So with that being said, just give us a little glimpse of your life journey before you prioritize wellness inside of your life. What did your life look like? What did your mind look like? What did your heart set look like?
Mm. It was chaotic, to say the least. You know, I first, one of the things is that, you know, I was listening to the negative conversation I was having in my mind, plus the negative conversation that people had speaking about me. And, you know, at the time that you're doing it, you're not really fully cognizant that, you know, you are speaking negatively over yourself and people around you are speaking negative because, you know, it's all a big joke. You know, you said, oh, be careful you go out, you was, you know, stump your feet in that high heel. You can't walk in there, you're going to twist your leg, you know,
Yeah.
little foolishness. So the thing is that, so that was what was happening. So I had my mind, my thoughts, the words that I spoke over myself, and the actions that I took. They were all negative. And so in my reading of the Bible and the teaching that I got in my ministry, it gave me direction so that I was able to understand that these things are not helping me and they're basically holding me back. And so when I look back on my life, I can see where the negative conversations did not allow me to move forward into the things that I wanted to do. And they were basically a parting of where I wanted to go. So I couldn't see beyond my what's in front of me. So I had no insight, I had no vision, and I was just there hanging on a thread, you know, just saying, choo choo train, where's the train? It's not coming. And so that's basically what happened with me. And then I recognized that with all that, I needed to make a change. I needed to do something different. I needed to change my lifestyle. I needed to do more for me instead of doing for others, you know, and that's how I came to be prioritizing the things that I do, that it would benefit my lifestyle.
And you really said a lot. There's a lot to unpack there, but you know, there's something so important that we really have to uplift, because a lot of times people think that self-care is a form of stinginess or considering self, because we are known, and it is said that we even have a saying that, you know, what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. And, you know, we are blessed to be a blessing. And so we were put here on a mission to bless others and offer ourselves to others. But a lot of times people don't realize that most people offer themselves to others as a sacrifice of self, in the sense of they become the sacrifice, and it's never a completion. It's like give, even on E, and there's never time of replenishment. There's never time of restoration. There's never time of rejuvenation. And a lot of times people feel guilty about taking time to make sure self is good, not understanding that you can only give to others what you have. And if you don't live off of a full tank and you are only giving off of E, it's only a matter of time before you're going to clunk out. And so I'm glad that you came to that understanding that self-care and wellness is not about being stingy and not doing for others, because that's just a part of our DNA. We were made to connect. We were made to be a community. We were made to be one body. But the true essence of it is, we are only as good as our weakest link. And if we are our weakest link, how good are we for anybody else? And that's what a lot of people fail to realize, that life is about balance, not necessarily equality, but balance. What does that simply mean? It means that you should not negate any area of your life, meaning you shouldn't negate your spirituality. You shouldn't negate your emotions and your mental state of being. You should not negate your heart set. You shouldn't negate your relationship. You shouldn't negate your physical body. You shouldn't negate your finances. Like every area in your life, it needs to be tended to. And a lot of times we feel like because we were created to help others, that we don't have to tend to our gardens at any time. So I just want to free someone up today to understand that prioritizing yourself as a focus does not mean, not caring about anybody else. It means being able to give people the best of you because you're operating from a place of overflow. That's how we were truly created. We were created to be full of the things that we need, full of love, full of peace, full of joy. So whatever it is that we're able to offer to others, we're not giving from our reserves to where we have no more reserves left. And then we're literally, like you said, living and hanging off of a thread. So I just want to commend you for coming to the awareness and the understanding that it is okay to incorporate self, because that's the key thing. You putting self into the equation does not negate anything or anyone else. It just brings it into full completion, and it actually now institutes you living a whole life. So with that being said, can you just let us know what you making that decision and coming up to the understanding that it was necessary for you to put focus on wellness? How long would you say that you've been on this wellness journey?
Well, I would say, my awareness of my wellness journey probably started, I would say, in 2014. And when because prior to that, I know that I needed to do something different. But in 2014, I met my now spiritual spiritual leader, who from the moment that I heard what he was speaking about and how he spoke about the Bible, I knew I needed to make, that's what I needed to learn, because I've been in church all my life. As a matter of fact, I so far back that I remember that in Sunday school as a little kid, I met someone recently who was in Sunday school with me. So I thought that was, but at that time as a child, you look at it as a playtime, and that's fine. But as you grow older, you hear more about the Lord, and you want to know something different. You want to have a relationship with him. Yeah. And so I wanted to have a relationship with the Lord. And so this is how I got. So when I heard my spiritual leader, my now spiritual leader, I was excited because I felt that this was what I needed to know. This is how I needed to move within my life, to understand where I need to go and how am I going to have a relationship with the Lord. So with that teaching, it brought me better understanding of the word in the Bible, and how I can use it to bring my life into focus, whereby I am not only being fed, but I am able to feed others through the word of God. So basically, that's when I started my journey to changing my thought patterns, changing my the words that I spoke over myself, and changing the movements that I made, because it's important that you speak positively over yourself. you speak, you do things that are positive within your within your line of focus, whereby you can move forward. Because when you speak negatively, it doesn't do you any good. And God is so gracious that He knows your situation and is able to move to help you along when you focus on the things of Him, or you bring the word to the word of the Lord to the people around you.
Well, that's a lot to unpack, and I thank you for lifting that up. And for many of you guys who don't know, Paula and the ministry that we're all a part of is called The Better Life. And the great thing about that is that God has created for us to have better life from the inside out. And see, where many people miss the better in life and the better of life is because they're looking for better to come from external measures from life, when in actuality, the better life that God has for us in and through Christ starts from the inside out. And most people are seeking for better outside, not understanding that their better starts inside. You have to have a better mindset, a better way of looking at things. So when you talk about having that relationships is what everything is built around. Right now we're having a conversation because we have built a relationship. Those who you said that you're able to speak and tell others about the change and the differences in your life is through relationships. Even if it's through business transactions, those are all still relationships that we have with one another. And we were created to be better so that we can show forth better to make this world a better place. And I know that may sound cliches and that may just sound like rhythmic, but the true essence of it, there is really no middle ground in life. Either what you're thinking, speaking, and doing is going to bring you closer to death or closer to life. And we have to choose on a daily basis, which one do we want? Do we want to live this thing called life, or do we want to be what I like to call the walking dead? And we were created to have life and life more abundantly. So if abundant life is out there, if the better life in and through Christ is there for us, why not tap into it? Why not engage into it? Why not try it out? Why not put it into practice so that we can truly be well from the inside out? Because a lot of times, just what you said, you grew up in what most people say is the church. And a lot of times people don't even realize the power of our bodies and that our body is a temple. And most people don't take care of their temple, but they think they're going to the temple to be taken care of. But if you have a place that's just a congregations of, sick people because they're not intentionally becoming well, how do we truly make a difference? And how do we all truly become better? It starts from the inside out, and that inside starts with your mindset. When you see the word, you're supposed to then become the word, because now you believe the word. And so I'm just grateful and thankful that you even had an encounter, even in 2014, to know that you can have better. And then also to be here today in 2021, even in the midst of what you said your life looked like before, chaotic. We're living in chaotic times. It has become most people's normal, that they don't even have hope or help to even think that it can get better or it can be better. It is just que sera, sera. It is what it is, but it doesn't have to be what it is. It can be better if you think better, you speak better, and you put into practice on a daily basis better regimens. So speaking of that, let us know, what better regimens have you incorporated inside of your life on a daily basis to really begin to ramp and amp up your state of being when it comes to wellness?
Well, my daily regimen is reading my devotional book and reading my Bible along with it. And of course, I do take, with my daily regimen, I take this super mix.
Yes, I'm familiar
Which
with that.
is a fantastic for my body. It gives me strength, it energizes me. And it just does wonders. I mean, there's a litany of things that it does. It has 90 different nutrients inside there for your body. So I have this every morning, And then, of course, later on in the day, I have this collagen here that is all, this is liquid collagen, which is the best thing for you to have now. Um, it is, this is just another wonder making, miracle making, you know,
Elixir.
less wrinkles,
Yeah.
keeping your body in shape, making you look better than you could ever think, making you look fresh. And I also take this here, which is the adaptogen. And this, keeps your mind focused and gives you, uh, makes your thoughts more fluent. So
Yeah.
this is one of the things, another thing that I take, and I tell you, it gives me good rest, good sleep, and I just love it. So those are my main things that I take to keep my body going. Because there are times when although that I do keep focus on what I have to do, but sometimes it's natural, you overdo what you intend to do, and you do a little bit more than you would like to, than you should be doing. And so this is what I take on a daily basis to keep me going.
Now, I know to a lot of people, they may not be familiar with those products, and those products aren't just products that you take, but you actually are a representative for a company that you actually are in business with. So wellness is not just who you are, but it's also what you do. And the reason why I want to uplift that, because a lot of times people are not well because they don't understand their God-given identity. They don't understand their purpose. They don't understand the power of turning pain into purpose, or their trauma into triumph. And this has been an avenue for you to take your former life and to give you products to aid and assist you in your new journey and your new life, your abundant life of living in and through and from the place of wellness. So can you just, and I know you're very modest, but I want to uplift this, because a lot of times people are not well because they feel void of who they are, what they're really here to do. Most people are just robotic, going through the motions. I got to do this. I got to get up. I got to go to work. Got to get the children to school. And their regimen isn't a regimen of wellness. It really is a regimen of what I like to call just being fillers, things that you have to get done, but there's no fulfillment. And we were created to live a fulfilled life, not just a life full of fillers. So can you talk a little bit about this company that you're a part of that has assisted you in experiencing this wellness and this vibrancy and this vitality that you're experiencing in your life?
Sure. Well, the name of the company is Isogenics. And this company, it's a 20-year-old company, and I've been with them, I think, from 2015. However, the super mix that I get, first, let me say that all their products are highly, they take care of, the growth. They grow, it goes from the farm. They have their special farms. They have the special where it goes from there into the manufacturing. And the super mix, I know it's done on a kosher regimen, whereby how it's packaged. And then the nutrient, they use everything. They don't miss out on anything. And so ever since I started using it, I've always gone back to it. It wasn't a regimen for me when I started, but what I noticed is that it strengthened my body. And so I was always going back to it. So in constantly going back to it, I decided it's time for me to put roots in there, whereby I started taking it every day. And then now the collagen and the adaptogen, it's been out just a year. But this product they have, when it came out last year, they have sold over 10 billion in that product already. So the and so the products the products are gluten free, they're sugar free, they are, a lot of them are vegan, uh you know, and they are, they, like I said, they have their own farms that they, so it is specially manufactured, and they get a lot of write up on their products, whereby, you know, other companies have come in and looked at their products to see what it is like, and they have gotten good write-ups about these products, and they do not do so you will hear lots of testimonies, people get cured from diabetes, from, you know, high blood pressure. uh, you know, I just heard one last night whereby this person had open heart surgery, and you know, the cut that they split his chest, he been taking these products, and he see whereby that
That's amazing.
scar, it's going away. So but the company will never endorse that kind of you know, literature, you know, whatever it does for you, it will do, but they are not into endorsing that it's it heals you from
Right,
this, or it heals you from that, and therefore with that said, you know, there are I am just amazed at the things. But what I always tell people, when you use the products and you use them in the right way, if the products meet you where you are. So whatever your body situation is, whatever you need in your body, whatever is aching and healing, that needs healing in your body, these products do take care of you. I mean, I can't say any more. All I can say, you gotta try it for yourself to know what it will do for you.
And I can vouch and say that it's tested, tried and true products. They are organic. They are products that truly have healing agents. And again, I understand from a company's perspective, they cannot say that. But again, as the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. You know, I'm not just here to say it, but I'm also partaking their products as well. The super mix is powerful because guess what? The way that our food system is, we rarely get enough nutrients just from our food alone. And most people don't even understand the power of supplements. So it's just so wonderful to see that. Again, a lot of times people think that if I just do this or just do that, meaning just one thing. We need several things compiled together in order to be well within. And a lot of times people just try one thing fits all. And like you said, everybody's body, everybody's symptoms, everybody's what they're going through is different. And that's the thing about this day and age. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to not be well. You can be well. You can be whole within. You can have vitality. You can have life. And we are a witness to that, that you don't have to stay where you are, but you can truly live a life full of wellness. So Paula, I thank you so much for you allowing us to just have a little sneak peek into your life and your transition of going from a place of, you know, chaos into a place of wholeness and wellness. We want to thank you again for tuning into our Spring into Wellness show. And we want you to make sure that you are putting an emphasis and putting your wellness as a priority inside of your life so that you can be well, so your life can be well. Are you ready for that? Well, let's come together and let's spring into wellness. We also want you to stay tuned to Paula Martin and her business and how you can further establish your wellness with true organic products that's going to help you from the inside out, from health to beauty, even in your mental well-being, even down to fitness. It is time for you to operate in the fullness of your wellness. So stay tuned, and thank you again for tuning in.